Hello guys and welcome back to another Premiere Pro masterclass. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create and save custom text animation presets in Premiere Pro. In my last tutorial, I showed you how to animate simple text from left to right to create the bounce effect and the shine effect. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to save these animations so it can save you time rather than creating it every time you just apply it to your new text. So to begin, the first thing I'm going to do is to come over to my essential graphics, come over to my browse tab and look for a basic title over here and drop it onto my timeline over here and select it and hit letter T on my keyboard to activate the title and probably call this preset and come over here and select a font style. Remember to give it a font, you need to Ctrl A to select all, highlight it and come down over here and select the font you prefer. I'm going to use the Anton font over here. Now, the first thing I need to do is to create an animation to this text. What I'm going to do is to first of all set the duration of this text. I would like to reduce the size. Next, I'm going to come over to the center of my text, which is somewhere over here. And I want to create a bounce animation to this text. So I'm going to select my text over here and come over to the middle over here and toggle on the keyframe next to scale and toggle on the keyframe next to opacity and move over to the start of my clip over here and reduce the opacity to 0 and reduce the scale to 0 and come over close to the end over here and reduce the value for scale to 0 and reduce the value for opacity also down to 0 and move these two last keyframes to the end. Now, if I come over to the end here and hit play, you can see what we've created. This simple bounce in and out animation. Now, if I want to save this as a preset so that I don't need to create it every time, I want to create it as a preset so that I can apply it to future text. All I need to do is to come over to motion over here. This motion property comprises of position, scale, rotation, opacity. I'm going to right click it over here and select copy. Next, if I come over to the essential graphics now, for example, and I drag in a new text and I edit this text and say I call this bounce and probably use the same Anton. Okay, I need to highlight this, hit Ctrl A to highlight, come over here and select the Anton style once more. All I need to do now to apply this effect to this text right here, if I deselect this text, you can see that this text does not have the effect applied to it. I need to copy this effect from it. All I need to do is to select this text over here, and like I have done already, just select motion property, right click and select save preset and give this preset a name. I'm going to call this bounce and hit OK. Now, to apply this preset, come over to this arrow and select effects. So you can see the bounce effect over here. Drag it and apply it to this plain text over here. Now, if I come over to this plain text and hit play, you will notice the same effect applied to it. The reason why it's slower is because of the length of this text is longer than the duration of this text. So what you can do is to animate these keyframes by moving it closer to each other, and you can cut out the portions of this text that you don't need. So I'm going to move this playhead to the end of this keyframe over here and cut out this portion that I do not need. Now, if I hit play, you will notice that we've successfully added this preset to this text over here. And that's it, guys, on how to save text animation presets in Premiere Pro. You can save presets for your left to right animation, for your zoom in, for your zoom out, for your bounce effect, for your shine animation effects. Thank you, and see you in my next video tomorrow.